This is the last community meal at the St. Luke's Church. Each week a different church puts the meal on, and this week it was the Kinderhook Reformed Church. And last week we had 114 people, and last week we had vegan lasagna.
Nice seeing you.
Everybody, it's been so long since we've seen you on Glendora and Greg Pass It On, which is a television show whereby we try to share with you the valuable information that comes into the Happy House, either through the mailbox or through the computer, and share it with you because we think it might help you. Is that a good idea? This is my friend Gregory Charles Washburn, and Gregory became friends with Glendora first as a TV fan. He was a fan of A Chat with Glendora way back in 2006.
There we are.
Hi, Gregory.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Glendora.
And he called me on the phone for a Glendora Happy Book, and I talked to him, and he seemed to think it would be a good idea if we knew each other better. And so I invited him up, and the first time he came up he couldn't find my house and he went home. So the next time he came up he made it, and he showed me his work, his collection of slides, of which he made a TV show called what?
Oh, yeah, IGWOS. It's
IGWOS.
called IGWOS. It stands for It Goes Without Saying. It stands for that.
And where did you put this TV show on?
It was in Wappinger's Cablevision. It aired on it aired Friday night in Wappinger's Cablevision. Yeah.
And so he came again to show me his progress, and then I asked him to do some things that I couldn't do, and he did them deftly, adroitly, and then I asked him to come again, and so on it went. And in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, we tried to set up Pittsfield together. We failed. We went to Connecticut and made tremendous progress. Can you tell them some of the TV stations that we set up on the Glendora Public Access Television Network?
Oh, we set up, I think it was Hartford, Connecticut.
Well, we started work, yes, Hartford, Connecticut.
Then we were in Manchester, Connecticut. We went there.
We failed there.
We went to East Hartford, I guess.
East Hartford, West Hartford, and Hartford.
East Hartford and West Hartford, and but your program's on in a lot of different places in Connecticut, I think so.
Danbury, Seymour, Norwalk,
and then Newtown, and Cheshire.
Willimantic, Cheshire.
I think it's that you're on there, right?
Oh, it's Meriden. That's Meriden.
Meriden.
Cheshire is Meriden.
Uh-huh.
Meriden, Willimantic, Winsted, Norwich, not to be confused with Norwalk, and Groton, and New London.
Yeah.
My, that's a big roster, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of things.
Well, now, Gregory, your relationship with me now is friend, but it has really grown deeper than that. You have become my caretaker, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's it's moved in that direction, and I try to take as good care of you as I can, so, as best as I can. So.
I've been noticing too, I've been taking care of you.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it kind of goes both ways, I guess. So.
Now, would you explain to the folks what your responsibility is with the Glendora Franklin Museum for the preservation of the pro se public access newspaper record? When Glennie goes to heaven, what are you going to do for the museum?
Oh, the museum, it has to be watched over and maintained, and it's the storage facility of a lot of your records and archives, and a lot of your public access work, your DVD work there, and it's not really a small task. It's kind of a big undertaking, and but the museum has a lot of things there, and they all have to be. We have to know. If we want to go find something, we have to know where it is, and we have an index for the columns of storage containers, and I've gone over the index and all the containers there, and I've done a lot of work at the museum. I went and I painted. We did a lot of painting there a couple months ago. Painted it in a colorful fashion, and I'm not sure if anybody's seen that or not, but it's a big job. There's a lot of things there in the museum. So,
Well, when you're here alone without Glendora, you're going to come up one day every week, aren't you? Gregory lives in Poughkeepsie,
yeah,
an hour and a half from here south, Route 9. You're going to come up one day a week, and you're going to visit the museum, examine it, and if anything needs repair, either you're going to repair it or you're going to hire somebody to repair it.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that it's neat and tidy and stable and safe.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, neat, tidy, and stable. That's it. So,
And you're to be paid $50 for that job.
yeah,
That one day. And you're going to take care of the Lincolns.
yeah,
The 1980 Lincoln Mark 6 Continental and the town car. The 80 is 3 cars: the Lincoln, the town car, and the Continental. And then you're going to take care of the 1993 Lincoln.
yes, yeah.
And just generally make sure that it's safe. And if anybody wants to see anything in the museum, and it may be possible because it's also a video history of what has happened in Nassau Village in the last 6 years. And if anybody wants to see anything in the museum, you're going to stay right there with them.
Yes,
And
yeah.
let them see it. But nothing is to exit the museum.
Yeah, no, that's it. I can, I'll take care of it and watch over everything, and as far as that goes, and yeah, like you said, I'll come up once a week and to check on it and to oversee it and all that. Take care of something needs to be taken care of. I could take care of it. So,
What was that?
if something needs to be done or taken care of, I can take care of it with either the museum or the 2 Lincolns, the 2 cars. Yeah.
In addition to being paid $50 for that trip, you are to receive $40 for the gasoline
Yeah.
in your vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah.
Now, who is to pay you? Well, the comptroller, the treasurer of the Glendora Franklin Living Trust is Sue Casey. Sue Casey St. Pierre, who is a neighbor. 3 houses from here. We're 45A. She is 39. And she has the cash to pay you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you will sign a receipt as always.
Yes, yeah.
Now, you, in addition to all that, you have been paid an amount of money, a huge amount of money, in advance for your care of the museum as the chief archivist.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you know how much money that is you have been paid?
I think in advance, maybe it's over. I think it's over $2,000. I think.
Oh, it's over three.
Is it over three or something?
Yeah, it's 3,560.
Uh-huh.
You have been paid in advance to be the archivist.
All right. So
You're
yeah.
to be paid for that weekly trip, and in addition to that, holding down the museum, you're the archivist.
Yeah.
Hopefully, how old are you?
Old. 50. I'm 56.
You're 56.
Yeah, just turned 56.
So you're going to last until 89?
Yeah, I hope to. I hope to. So.
Another thing that you must do, is you must find a successor.
For me, right? Is that
Yeah.
it for me? Or?
Because you're not going to live forever.
Yeah. That'll have to. We'll have to do that. So.
Find a young successor.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of them around here, you know, like Carrie McLean, Sandy's daughter.
Yeah.
She would be a very good one, and she's very experienced with the archivist, and she would take the responsibility, and she would get the payment. And then Sue has to find a successor controller.
Yeah.
Austin is his primary residence is no longer Valatia, which is the next two towns down, North Chatham and Valatia. He is tied up in Boston. He's a young man. He's leaving the nest. He's starting his career as a clinical psychologist. He's looking for a graduate school that will give him a fellowship for his next 6-7 years to get his PhD. So he has really left Valatia. He comes to visit his parents and his brother. But he's really out. He can always help. He's been a grand trustee. Actually, he was Franklin and I are the founder trustees, the initial trustees. Austin had it for a while, a few other people had it for a while, and now it's gone to Gregory and Sue Casey St. Pierre. Austin is welcome to help, but he just isn't here enough. And it requires somebody to be here. Anything else you want to say about the trusteeship, the Living Trust, the Glendora Franklin Living Trust for the preservation of the pro se public access newspaper museum? Is there anything else you want to say?
Anything else? No, I think it's it's very clear as my understanding of it, and we've taken steps, and we've put things in writing, and we've written down the procedure, and what your wish is, and I'm prepared to fill my end of the part of it, so I'm prepared for that. So,
Very well stated.
Yeah, and
Very well stated.
And the museum has a lot of records and a lot of things that you've retained over the years, and we can definitely take care of that. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Gregory. I'm glad to have that all settled. It makes me very happy, and I appreciate your input.
Yeah. Oh, no problems.
Before we leave the subject, I would like to explain to you the three terms pro se, public access, newspaper, museum. Pro se means a Latin word for yourself. When I went to court to defend public access television, to keep a cable operator aware of the law that the public must have access to television, and Congress did this through the public access television codes in around about the early 70s and throughout some young 80s. Congress did this. Public access is a law. A cable operator has to provide public access, and it's a very detailed law. He has to provide equipment to do public access remote. He has to provide equipment to do public access in the studio, and he has to provide public access cable TV time to cablecast the programs. And this has gone on for 46 years. The new cable operators resisted this, and you can't blame them. But I went to court and made sure that the law was enforced. They took a chat with Glendora off of TV on the basis that they didn't like it or it didn't fit in with their financial goals. And Glendora went to court, and the court said, plaintiff has a statutory right to be on television, and she must be returned to television. After that, they didn't fool with it. And I was in the court 20 years, standing up for public access TV and other citizens' rights. And I acted as a pro se, never a lawyer. Never. Except in the case of one came in as a pro bono, two came in as a pro bono, at their wishes. So, 20 years, pro se. I found out that the courts are not a court of justice. They are a money machine. There's a money machine behind the courts. I don't know who it is or what it is, but there is a money machine, and that's what runs the court. And the judges are told, the judges are mere puppets. They are told, you get that money, or else. You get that money, or else. With all the victories that I had in the courts, I never got any money for the damages. The money has got to go to the money machine behind the courts, and that's particularly violent and virile in the surrogate court, where people have money left to them by their relatives, and then people never see the money. In fact, a surrogate judge told a man, this is $7 million. If you get $1 million, you're going to be lucky. Where does it go? Through the lawyers, through the banks, through the courts, the judges, to the money machine. So after 20 years, I saw that it was totally hopeless to go to court. We don't have courts. And now I'd like to explain the public access. That consists of 11,800 shows, TV shows, and 46 years of public access TV. And then how many TV stations do we have? I think we have 69.
But I thought it was. I thought it was 68. But if
It
you
is.
know it's up. It's
But
going
didn't we
up.
just get Atlanta?
Yeah, it's going up to. We just got on at Atlanta. People TV in Atlanta. We did that, and
Very nice to deal
currently
with.
your show's being seen down in Atlanta now. So yeah,
And
that
I
was a
think
job,
within
so.
the next 2 weeks, we'd better send them programs for June and July, right?
Yeah, we have to submit new shows. We do have to do that.
Oh
so
no, April, May, I think
caught
they're
up,
all.
so.
Anyhow, and it's from Boston to San Diego, these 69 TV stations. Now, where does the newspaper come from? Well, my connubial joy, my conjugal bliss for 48 years was Franklin Fuller Buell, and he was a newspaper reporter. 10 years on the Springfield, Massachusetts Union, and 26 years on the Buffalo Evening News, now owned by Warren Buffett. And he would come home every night, folks, and he would cut out the articles he had written in the newspaper that day. And he would paste them very, very neatly in a 3-ring notebook. And right behind Gregory and all along these drawers are these 3-ring notebooks. There's 70 of them covering his career.
Oh, really? Wow.
From 1948, when he came back from 5 years in World War II, thank heaven, close call, to the year 1983 when he retired from the Buffalo Evening News. So, it is the Glendora Franklin Living Trust for the Preservation of the Pro Se Public Access Newspaper Museum. And here is the Chief Archivist. Anything else you want to add?
No, I can't say that, but at the current, well, just one thing is that at the time when your spirit leaves your body there, that's when it's all spelled out, and the contents, you want a lot of the contents of the Happy House to go towards to the museum.
Oh yes,
And
tell
you
them
want
about that.
And
He has a truck. Gregory has a
Excuse me.
truck. And I bet you there's only one truckload here, don't you?
well, maybe a good truckload. But a lot of the material and the fixtures of the Happy House, you want them to be set up in the museum, right?
Yeah.
And I'll at the right time we'll take steps to move things to the museum. And,
Thank you for bringing that up.
take care
I
of
had
that.
forgotten that.
And and it's all set up in the index where you want things to be, and the desk or the electronics bench and all that, and
Right behind you, this is the electronics bench.
and surely all the books and the archives and materials and all that. You want to save all that. So yeah.
We have been very careful over the years never to bring anything into Happy House 3 that will not, when it's all taken out, will not fit in the museum. Everything here will fit in the museum.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed that and I appreciate that, and I thank you all. All of us together now. This is not just Glendora and Gregory Sue. It's all of us together. The museum is for everybody. The career of public access television is for everybody, and also broadcast television. We didn't count the years that I was in broadcast television, which would be 1953 up until the present. And I went to work at NBC Hollywood as a script service. I ran the mimeograph machine, and I met all kinds of Hollywood stars. And then the first show with Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Glendora and Our Picture Party. The second one was Manchester, New Hampshire, where the SS Glendora came into being. The third one was Boston, sponsored by it's on WBZ, sponsored by the Milton Bradley Company. And the fourth one was WRGB Channel 6, General Electric. And then Glendora TV ads. And Glendora, A Cheerful Look at Life, that's the jokes. And then Glendora Careers Unlimited, where we interviewed illustrious CEOs, Fortune 500, like the NBC CEO and president, like the chairman of Time Warner, and so forth, and chairman of Cablevision, who sold its company for $17.7 billion to Altice. Alrighty. Now, Gregory, since we last talked to the people on Gregory Glendora, pass it on, has anything come up that you want to share with all of our friends?
Pass it on. Things come up to share. Well, it's just that the acceleration of seeking out new cable systems and getting on, and in particular the Atlanta and QPTV in Queens, and recently the BronxNet, getting your showing in BronxNet in the city, and also there's a number of other different ones, but it's just I mean, you almost have to sit down and with a piece of paper to write them down just to keep track of them. But there's a lot of lot of things happen, and a lot of the programs we used to make up DVDs and mail them to the company to have them cable cast, but now we're getting into sending the transferring the shows and submitting them electronically on the FTP, the file transfer protocol, and we've done that, and I'm making an effort to get that done, and that's a big it's a big job. Just each show and each cable system has their way of the way that they want it done their way, but everyone is pretty much different, and we have to just keep up with submitting what they want, and just to get the job done. But the shows are going in electronically to a lot of the cable companies, and it's a big modern thing compared to making the DVDs and just mailing them into the companies. So
Tell the people the shows that you send by computer.
Well, we have shows for one is let's say like Middletown. In Middletown, what is that?
Middletown, New York.
Is that Charter in Middletown over there? Is that or Spectrum? We used to mail in DVDs to Middletown to air on Time Warner, and now we have it's set up now where we can transfer the format of the show and into a file, and then we can email or submit the show to the cable company over the computer, and it's a lot quicker and easier, and it saves a lot of time, and it saves a lot of money in buying DVDs and recording the DVDs here, which it has to
Gregory,
be.
I want to question. I know definitely it saves money. It saves DVDs and it saves postage. Last time we were at the post office, we spent $140 in
Yes.
postage. I know that, but let me ask you, Gregory, does it really save time? Isn't it just as much time that you spend at the computer as we spend at the duplicating on the DVDs?
Yeah, it seems like. Well, it seems like just to prepare the shows to get ready to send them in. It does take time to do that, and we have to convert them on the converter on the computer sometimes, and but it does it does save DVDs and mailing, but but we do have to. It does take a tremendous amount of time to just record the shows and organize them and get them to the point where they're able to be submitted electronically.
Well, that's right. But that's the master. You're going to have a master no matter how you do it. But let me ask you: do you not spend as much time on the computer sending the shows by computer as it would be doing 6 TV stations at a time?
I do spend a lot of time at the computer. In fact,
I'm going to stay out on saying that it saves time.
Yeah, the computer. Computer's upload. In fact, it's uploading right now. I just just converted some files, and I'm uploading shows to YouTube right now, and it should be done by now. But it does.
But what you're uploading now, that's DVD, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
You're uploading the archives 4 and 5 of yesterday?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I'm going to stay out on that, folks. I do not have the decision that it saves time. Definitely it saves money. Now, the reason it may never save time, Gregory, is that we do 6 TV stations simultaneously. Every week we do 4 programs for each of 6 TV stations.
Yes.
And you don't do 6 at a time on the computer.
No, we don't. So no.
I asked Gregory, would there ever be a day when we could put one show into the computer and press one button and have it go to a distribution list of all of the TV stations. He said no. If that day ever comes, then you can say it's safe.
Yeah, that's kind of a if that could be done, that would be great. But we're not at that point right now. We're not at that point yet. But there's small things that can be done to save a little bit of time here and there. But it is a big job. Just doing the shows, and they do have to be submitted, and I do spend a lot of time on the computer with going into the cable system's websites and seeing their procedure and what are the broadcast standards that they go by, and some different places have different standards, and it is a big job though. So
I'll go through them for you folks that Gregory's doing. Buffalo goes to FileZilla, and Buffalo feeds Buffalo, Albany, and Binghamton. And Binghamton is a very big signal. It includes Utica. It's really almost that cluster there in central New York, from the Pennsylvania border up to about the Syracuse area. Big area. Albany is a huge area. It goes way, way, way up. Speculator almost to Plattsburgh. It goes way beyond Lake George, and east to Pittsfield and west to Herkimer. Of course, Buffalo is all of the surrounding towns of Buffalo up through Niagara Falls. It is not the municipality of Buffalo. All right. He sends programs to Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, Newark. Yeah, that's one of them. So.
By computer.
Yeah.
He sends programs to Bolton, Connecticut by computer.
Let's see, Newark, Philadelphia. We're trying to get on there.
Oh, Philadelphia is just that we're not there yet.
Not yet. So.
DC TV is the one he's working on now.
DC
That's
TV.
public access in the District of Columbia, the nation's capital. Where else?
Let's see. I think you mentioned most of the ones I could think of right now.
I think we got them all. Now, on the other hand, we have Robert Jackson in Yonkers, New York. He is serving about 16 TV stations by computer. Very, very big one. Comcast has it ideal. Comcast has one website, and then 4 TV stations owned by Comcast can go up there and pick the information off. And that takes care of 4. That would be Seymour, Danbury, Norwich, and Carmel, New York. If Cablevision would do that, you would pick up about 8 TV stations that we wouldn't have to make DVDs for.
Oh, yeah? Uh-huh.
All on one website.
Huh.
Apparently they're doing them on separate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. But Robert Jackson has Manhattan, he has the Bronx, he has Brooklyn, he doesn't have Staten, and he doesn't have Queens. He has San Francisco, he has San Jose, I think it's beyond memory to handle all these. But anyway, he does 16 of them. And he was the best master control operator that Cablevision ever had. And he'd been with Cablevision a long time, and he got a 3% raise every year. So when Altice comes in, what do? They knock out the expensive people and bring in kids that they can train for minimum wage. So he lost his job, but he has even a better job now. He is a master control operator for Arts and Entertainment Network, all of those great big cable TV networks nationally, and it's run out of Stanford. The cable TV networks did not want to do the cable casting themselves. They farmed it out to this company who does it. And so that's what he's doing today, and that's bigger and better than Cablevision. Anything else that came up that you would like to pass on?
Oh, well, let's see. Well, we just recently cleaned out the storage garage for some of the cars, the Lincolns, and we've got currently we have both the 1980 and the 1993 Lincoln. They're both stored side by side in indoors in a garage now, and that was a big accomplishment there.
That took a year. And will you sometime
yeah,
today make us a nice video of the two Lincolns side by side in the garage?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
finally got Mace's porcelain white gas stove that's been there. I almost eliminated it last year, but they came and stopped me. I was really then ready to pay $300, and I had it in my cash, and I was going to give it to the junk removal man. This year, a man came and did it for $400. But he, in addition, put the two Lincolns in the garage. So that is accomplished. Good point. Anything else? You bring up good things.
Let's see. Yeah, I can't. That's about it as far as I'm concerned.
.com is in perfect health. She's 14 years old, which translates to 98 years old in people years. She is strictly vegan. She's happy. She purrs. She loves being under the blanket at night. And she just looks so beatific doing her love fingers.
Huh.
Happy House 3 is excellent. Better than it was, really perfect it was. The relationship with God is perfect. We're all together, one, helping each other, moving the universe forward, keeping it going and growing. We do the Bible lesson every day. We sing our hymn every day. We do the jokes every day. And we do the words, the new words every day. Okay. I have made an executive decision, or it came from above, no more donations to animal organizations, of which we've done about $90,000. No more paying other people to come here and work, like Sandy or Pat or Sue or Madeline or Carrie. Gregory's going to be the only worker, and he's to get paid $50 a day. And all the rest of that money is going into this promotion. The next time you're at the supermarket, will you please bypass the meat counter and go to the frozen food cases and load up your grocery cart with veggie meats, hamburger, chicken, turkey, ham, hot dogs, pizza. There's over 40 vegetarian entrees. And the taste is succulent, and your people will not notice a difference. And you'll be saving your health, and you'll be saving the globe. That message is going, I don't know where to go to place it. I'm going to try WRGB Channel 6, 5 p.m. news. I'll try that. That's cost $1,000. I think, Gregory, that we'll try the Facebook. We'll get that message on Facebook, and then we will boost it and see if we can get it up to 1 million people, 1 million views.
Uh-huh. All right.
That's one of our projects this week.
Okay. All right.
You got any input on that? Do you have any input on that?
To boost views?
You people at home I'm talking to?
Let's see.
All right, let me just quickly go through the think drawer. I'll do your commercial for you. It's a 30-second commercial. It'll be on WRGB Channel 6, 5 p.m. News, April 16th through 20th. 1 30-second a day. Hi, folks. You've heard of the TV show 60 Minutes? Well, the name of this TV show is 30 Seconds. Will you please, the next time you go to the supermarket, bypass the meat counter and go to the frozen food cases and load up your grocery cart with vegetarian meat, hamburger, chicken, turkey, ham. 89 years old, no doctors, no medicine, and vegan. And my cat is vegan too. Can you get all that in 30 seconds? Yes. What's this say, Greg?
Oh, this says, let's see here. Oh yeah, this is just what you read, the commercial there. It says,
thank you.
will you bypass the meat counter? That's what
Oh,
it is.
okay, thank you.
I guess you wrote that out.
And is this more of it, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. And would you read this? I can still read, folks, but it has to be print that's very, very black, and it has to be this big. Other than that, Gregory has been very good on eyesight, and also the fact that I can't see the footing outdoors. So he holds on to me, so that I don't crash and break a bone.
Yeah.
What you got there?
This is a letter here from, it's dated February 26th this year, from Wayne Collins in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And Wayne is a fan of Glendora's show from way back, and
1955.
he used to watch it when he was a youth.
9 years old.
And anyways, Wayne wrote this letter. I'll read it to you right now. It says, "Dear Glendora, last evening I finished viewing the DVDs of your documentary of the SS Glendora program. First of all, thank you for sending them to me. Also, thank you for allowing me to assist in the preparation of the documentary.
Thank you.
There was no way you could have known back in 1955, 1956 that there was a young child watching who was absorbing the programs like a sponge. That he would retain those memories for decades and would later give them back to you. I'm listening to your interviews. I was very impressed with how much you meant to the boys and girls, now adults, who watched your programs.
70 years old now.
They watched your programs and the influence you had upon them. So, when I said that you have been a friend to more people than you'll probably ever realize, I was thinking of the many young viewers of your programs. Now I can more fully appreciate the profound effect which you had upon them. You were and still are our friend. God bless you, Glendora. Your longtime friend, sincerely, Wayne Collins." That's from Wayne.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And he wrote
And
this
he
letter
really
to you.
states it so well. And folks, do you know there are thousands of Wayne Collins? Last night, a man came over and he says, "Could I take your picture?" He says, "My brother-in-law used to watch your program when he was a little boy." That happens twice a week at least. We have thousands of people like that. They've carried it in their hearts. Well, how many years is it from 1955 to 2018? It's been a warm glow in their hearts all these years.
Oh, here you go. So.
Thank you. And Gregory and I are making a very conscious effort to video these encounters and pass them on to you. such as the one last night at the St. Luke's Community Dinner. They give a community dinner, a hot dinner in the cold months of January, February, and March. And 140 people, or 114 people it was 2 weeks ago, come and get a free meal. And it's put on by a different church every week. Last night it was the Kinderhook Church.
Excuse me.
Do what you wish with that. Pass it
Sure.
on.
This is a book put out by a friend of ours. Her name's Mary Lawrence. It's called Eat Vegan with Me. That's what it's called. It just came out. And she is Mary's a chef that she works with her customers preparing vegan meals, and she will go to a customer and she will cook a week's worth of food ahead of time and put it away so they can her customer they can eat have their meals prepared and eat a vegetarian vegan diet during the course of the week. And she's very good with Glendora had her meeting, and then Mary prepared meals for her, and we all tried them, and it was very very tasty, very tasty. So, anyways, this is Mary's book, and I'm gonna go briefly go over a little bit of her book right here. Let's see here. Let's see. We'll go over a little bit here. Let's see. Obstacles. Let's see.
Read.
Wouldn't it be overcoming obstacles? Wouldn't it be nice if all of our family and friends suddenly became vegan in solidarity with us and for the animals? Some of us are that fortunate, but for the rest of us, maintaining relationships with non-vegans is often our greatest ongoing challenge. We can be positive and encouraging and persistent in our convictions, and over time some non-vegans may become more receptive to the idea of changing their habits. But the truth of the matter is there are many psychological barriers and social saboteurs that interfere with our efforts. In this chapter, we will explore the various myths and misconceptions people hold about veganism, assess an individual's readiness to change, and determine how best to focus your message to guide someone to take concrete steps that lead to living true to their values.
Good for you, Mary Lawrence, and thank you, Gregory. You picked out a very fine passage.
And that's it. So
now, Con Edison and Central Hudson and Niagara Mohawk are very concerned that you don't get injured by gas. And can you just read what to do? This is the flyer that comes in our bill. Our bill was $177 last month in just this little happy house.
Yeah, this is the flyer.
About the gas.
Oh yeah, they send this flyer out with the tips. This is for March and April, and they speak about safety and gas.
Safety and gas.
It says act fast in a gas emergency. It says that gas leaks are often recognized by number one, smell. Since a natural gas is odorless, a pungent odorant similar to rotten eggs is added. They add an odor to it so that you can detect it fast. Outdoors you may see a white cloud, mist, or fog, and bubbles in standing water. Vegetation in the area may also appear to be dying. And the sound of a gas leak, you may hear an unusual noise like roaring, hissing, or whistling. If you smell gas, leave the area and call
Quickly.
and call
And
911.
take .com with you.
And never assume that someone else will call. And they give a number here to call 1-800-892-2345.
Let's put that in the computer phone.
And that's their number. in
Yeah,
case
let's
of
put that gas
emergencies.
number in the computer phone.
All right. So
Okay? Yeah. We might be able to help the world that way. This is the Vegetarian Society, Christian Vegetarian Society. We have read you this. It is so well stated. About God and animals. About what God says you're supposed to do about animals. What your own conscience tells you to do about animals. Christian Vegetarian Society, Cleveland, Ohio. Greg, this is our textbook. Reading textbook. Would you just read a paragraph from that? Just while you're selecting it, I'll talk to
sure.
the people about the
All
Glendora Vegetarian Club.
sure, yeah.
The Glendora Vegetarian Club is meeting tonight. We meet the last Wednesday of every month. No matter where you live, you are invited because the Glendora Vegetarian Club, in addition to being a club, is also a TV show. So it always wins. No matter if nobody came, it would still win because we have it as a TV show. Now tonight, this is what I'm going to give them. Gregory is going to make spaghetti and meatless meatball and marinara sauce. I am going to take the tender bits, which is a pork substitute, and vegan, and I'm going to deep fry them in vegetable oil. And I'm going to serve them with tartar sauce made the vegan way. It's tartar sauce, it's vegan maize, and sweet relish, and that will make the tartar sauce. I'm going to give them Swiss steak, vegetarian Swiss steak, which is delicious. It's in a gravy and it's just delicious. And I'm going to give them fried chick, which is a chicken breast, a breaded chicken breast. The Swiss steak is vegetarian, it's not vegan. And the fried chicken is vegetarian, but it's not vegan. And it would be vegan if they would only use an egg replacer instead of using egg. The rest of it would be fine. I think that's it. And we'll have rolls, and the only thing we drink is water. Well water. Or spring water. And that's all. That's enough. Okay, did you find something to read to us?
Yes, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see now. Let's see here. They're speaking about here about vegans and vegetarians. I'm going to read a portion of this. It says we come in all shapes and sizes. Vegans and vegetarians come in all shapes and sizes, just like all the other creatures in the animal kingdom. Big, tall, short, fat, petite, long-lived, or gone in the blink of an eye, like any subculture or religion. It's impossible to stereotype vegans onto one boilerplate form, or into one boilerplate form. Vegans are hippies, yuppies, Republicans, hip-hoppers, grandmothers, and regular Janes and Joes. People arrive at their chosen compassionate lifestyle for their own personal reasons, often in their own roundabout way. Some start out by being concerned with animal issues, while others come to a vegan lifestyle after first exploring seemingly unconnected issues. Sometimes dietary or medical concerns, including food allergies and weight loss issues, start a person down a road that eventually leads him to veganism. then there are the raw foodists, the religious-minded, and those who view their bodies as temples, and discover that eating vegan is the healthiest way to worship at that temple. Some just stumble some just stumble into it out of pure curiosity, while pursuing any one of the various issues surrounding it, or maybe due to peer or celebrity influence. We're all unique, and the paths we take to get here are equally unique. It's important to remember that some vegans may have arrived at their life choices in a different manner than you. It's best not to be judgmental about how anyone got to where he or she is. We are each on our own journey, with many paths to choose from along the way. Allow others to meander as you did, and they may soon be beside you on your journey. And this comes from chapter 1 of the book Vegan Living. Here. Chapter 1 of the book. So.
Gregory, you really pick out good passages to read. That was
it.
excellent. And I'm just about through showing the pictures of the animals that we love. And here's your thing that you're going to do, the last thing.
If I get this out of here. There we go. All right. Okay.
And I'm going to go over, there are at least 40 different entrees. My friend Sue stood at the frozen food cases in Price Chopper, and she wrote out 4 pages of different entrees. You should try their sweet and sour. And that's vegan, because this is by Gardyne. Sweet and sour. And fishless. Fish fillets. Their morning breakfast, which is egg, cheese, sausage, and what else? Egg, cheese, and sausage. But it's all vegetarian. Their pizzas. Their Mexican dinners. Their enchiladas. Amy's. You have to watch Amy. She's not vegan. She is in a lot of the products, but some of them not. But anyway, they're all vegetarian. So.
Yeah, this I'm gonna read. This is a list of the. It's a list of the 10 Commandments written in a children's language, and I'm gonna read these to you right now. The 10 Commandments in children's language. Number 1, love God more than you love anything else.
Love helping others more than you love anything else.
And number 2, don't make anything in your life more important than God.
Don't make anything more important in your life than helping others.
And always say God's name with love and respect. Number 4, honor the Lord by resting on the 7th day of the week. Number 5, love and respect your mom and dad. And number 6, never hurt anyone. Number 7, always be faithful to your husband or wife. Number 8, don't take anything that isn't yours. Number 9, always tell the truth. And the last one, number 10, be happy with what you have. Don't wish for other people's things. And this is it here. So.
Well, it's so nice to be together, all of us together. It's so nice, and to do our work and our fun and our joy of moving the universe forward, keeping it going and growing. There's just, I'm going to leave you with probably the most important pass it on of this whole session. And that is this. That in the end, no matter what, the only thing that really mattered is how you treated others. That's the only thing that really matters together, folks, all of us, how we treat others. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may His light shine upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Yeah, amen, son. Amen, son.
And George, that died, was also a British.
Was it March 28th, 2018 here? This is Glendora's. The sun comes out in Nassau. Alright, so.
But basically what happened was, there's all these politicians there,
Okay.
and it was around Memorial Day, and they actually had, well, first of all, it was very emotional, because they had the setting that they do for the soldier that's away, you know, on the table, and that was that. And then they had wreaths. One for George Young, and one for I forgot the other man's name, first name.
Bobby Chandler.
Bobby Chandler, because that's who the post is named for. So the ceremony was for the two of them. And they had a wreath for each of them. And Claudia and her cousins had placed the wreath up on the wall. And then the other family did the other wreath. But it was quite nice because, like I said, they had the county executive there, Jimino or whatever. And then they had McLaughlin was there. A whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of politicians were there. I can't remember who else was there.
Well, I'll say they were. How about Marchon?
Yeah.
Marchon?
Yeah, she was there.
Kathy
She was there. Yeah, she was there.
Really? Well, you had them all.
It was very nice.
It was.
I like her.
I do
Yeah.
too. Oh, I like her too.
So tell me more about the ceremony.
Well, it was just very solemn and nice.
Yeah, and then they had
They had a table for the unknown soldiers.
The wait soldiers, and then they had the bagpipes. They did taps and bagpipes, which was nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Explain to Gregory why we're a relationship across the street.
Okay, did you know the Young family?
They lived in the, you know the house directly
34,
across the street?
number 34.
Not really.
See the house directly across the street? Look up the driveway.
Yeah.
Okay, the Youngs lived in the one next to that.
It's a house with the pillars in the front.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where her uncle lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the older houses.
Yes, it's a beautiful house.
Now, where do you live?
I'm from live in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, but you live quite a ways.
Basically, it's about an hour and a half drive.
How do you know Glendora?
Oh well, years ago. I think it's about. I think more than 10 years ago now.
18.
I was home flipping the channels and I saw her program was on.
Yep.
Her show was on, and then
That's something.
and then she had flashed her phone number on the screen, and I called it up, and I called it up to she was advertising like a book that she wrote, a happy book. I called up to get a happy book, and I called up and she didn't answer the phone right away, but I left a message on her answer machine and left my number, and then eventually she got back to me within a day or two. So.
Isn't that nice?
And then I came up to visit her. She asked me to come up to visit her, and I came up and drove up, and we got to meet each other and get to know each other. And
Now you're friends.
I discovered the whole Glendora thing.
It was so exciting to grow up with Glendora.
Glendora.
It was like exciting. Remember her nemesis? Remember the guy? Aluminum spelled backwards.
I know.
What was it? Oh yeah, Mooney.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
fun.
don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is, but I heard about that.
Well, you know, Glendora was very famous.
I'm the local area.
Uh-huh.
And
And you were on David Letterman. You
Yeah.
were on Letterman.
Yeah, she was on Letterman.
Now you wrote for Milton Berle. Is that right? You knew him?
Oh no, never Milton Berle, but everybody else. Bob Hope, Jack Benny, Red Skelton, whose father knows best? What's his name?
Oh, Robert Young.
Robert Young.
And
Jack Webb.
Oh, Jack Webb, I love Jack.
I do too.
Dragnet.
That's my kind of guy.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him? You never
He
heard about
died of a heart attack.
Oh, did he?
Tell me about it.
He was a heavy smoker. Never took care of himself.
was he?
really. And I think he had like a massive heart attack, and he was only like 58, 59. Yeah,
Where
Yeah.
was he?
in Hollywood. He was
Was
producing
he at
Adam.
home when he?
I don't know if they took him to the hospital or what, but he was married to his second wife, and he was producing Adam 12.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
What was that about, Adam 12?
That's another cop show. It was kind of like the 70s version of Dragnet.
Oh, yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
friends with Kent McCord, who played the lead in that.
Oh.
And he actually created Adam 12 for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was in Hollywood one time, and I was at the Hollywood Sheraton, and it kind of overlooked Universal. And I looked out the window, and I saw these black and white cop cars. And my friend said, oh, they're filming Adam 12.
Oh, really?
I was afraid. I regretted
that's-
not going over and, yeah,
Huh.
got to see it. Yeah, it was a good show. Well, he was married to Julie London. Crimea River. Remember Julie London? Do you remember her? She was a singer in the 50s.
Oh, yeah. She was married to Bobby
Bobby
True.
Well, that was a weird thing too, because Jack produced that show. What was it? The ambulance
Oh,
driver?
yeah, Emergency? Or...
Emergency.
Yeah, I used to watch all that.
And he put his ex-wife in the lead, and her second husband was the star.
That's strange.
They were very, very tight.
You would want them away from each other,
Yeah,
normally.
yeah, yeah. But they were one big happy family.
They play the old game shows on TV, and I was sitting there,
Oh yeah.
I flipped around and I saw they were on Tattletales, like Julie London and Bobby Troop. They were on
Oh, yeah.
Tattletales, like just a couple nights ago.
Oh, isn't that funny?
And they play these old shows from the 70s, at night, and I sit and I watch them, and
I love it.
She does the same thing. I
something.
kind of watch mine. I'm into
And but when I was like when Emergency was on, I was like 10 or something. But
You're a young buck.
but to me it was like they say this all took place in California. To me it was like a mystical place.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, that's good you all three can recall those days.
Well, anyways, that's why I watch too much TV.
Gregory, would you bring out the box of material and the video, and
Oh,
we'll
right
start
here,
our
so.
meeting.
Here you go. I got it right here. So
Oh, yeah?
yeah, I got the box right here.
Oh, how nice.
Here you go. I got
You're all set.
the books and all that there. And,
He's vegan.
This is our friend. You didn't come to the meeting. She came and spoke, Mary Lawrence.
Oh,
She's an executive chef. She goes into a person's house on Monday, stays there all day, and cooks for the whole week and leaves it there. And the rich person, comes home from work, and now she's got a vegan meal every day.
Beautiful.
oh wow.
Would you pick out a page to read to us, hon?
All right.
Let's see here. And
Nice to see.
would you pick out something to read to us from there? You folks want anything more?
No,
I
this
just
is
finished what I
just
needed.
right.
I'm still not
You
done.
want more, honey?
No,
No.
thank you. No, it was very good. Thank you.
all right. Okay.
Glasses here?
Why don't you sit over here and hold honey?
Okay.
And then you sit that way so the camera can get you.
Okay.
So we get for the vegetarian club, we have she has a lot of books and materials, and we have a lot of stuff. So
She's a
They came
vegetarian.
to a meeting. They're pretty.
She's a vegetarian.
yeah,
I have to say, I'm not. I'm really not. I have to. We always go to restaurants with cheese and meat. We never go to steakhouses.
Is the camera going?
yes, yeah.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I know it's a healthier diet. Although I do eat a lot of vegetables.
That's great. That's saving.
Anyway, so
I love vegetables. That's like my favorite.
So you both have readings. It's okay. While you're doing that, I'll do the song. Welcome everybody to the 71st Glendora Vegetarian Club. This is year 6, month 2. And I'm going to start by telling you a joke. Is that okay?
Good, that's good.
A man was on his deathbed, and everybody knew he had only a few hours to live. He was home, and his wife baked a batch of cookies. He leaned over and he took one, and his wife says, "Don't eat those, I need them for the funeral."
Dad. I have one.
Oh,
Would you like to
good.
hear it?
Yeah.
A man went to the doctor, and he said, "Doctor, I don't feel well." And the doctor examined him, and he said, "Oh, you have a fatal disease." And he said, "Well, I'm going to get a second opinion." He says, "Okay, you're ugly too."
That's funny.
Well, you got his vengeance, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay, you do that while I'll sing our theme song for you, folks. If I give you the words, you want to join in?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna read the least you need to.
Gregory, here's something that I'd like to have you read is what Buddhists say before they're eaten, and I really respect this.
All right. All right. Oh, read it right now?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. These are the five contemplations. This food is a gift of the earth, the sky, numerous living beings, and much hard work. May we live in a way that makes us worthy to receive it. May we transform unwholesome thoughts to a state of mindfulness and compassion. May we eat in moderation and in such a way that reduces the suffering of living beings, stops contributing to climate change, and preserves our precious planet. May all beings very be happy, satisfied, and safe. And
Very nice.
That's lovely.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Our friend Lee gave us that, and I haven't seen Lee for so long, and I'm worried about him, and the telephone number he gives me is wrong.
Do you know anybody who can get a hold of him?
Right?
No, I wish I did. He lives in East Greenwood.
What's his name? We could trace him, we could Google
Yeah.
him.
Lee, what is Lee's last name? He was the architect. He was an architect for the state of New York.
Was he at one of the meetings? I think.
Oh, he was at the meeting you were.
Yeah. So I remember
I
him.
do remember him, yes.
I remember him.
Don't you? Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Nice man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Middle-aged. Or,
Yeah. He introduced beer to the group. He used to order beer. What's this tell you? It tells you that my kitty cat has been in this box and trying to make a nest.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know
Is that vegan? Vegan? No, not
Did
vegan.
you find the one that says all creatures of our God are king? Yeah, we can try singing it together.
Yeah, I'm tone deaf, but I'll try it.
I didn't sing too well, but so this is all the same. Is that the one?
Is it all creatures of our God and king?
No. It's all the same. No, we have just the two.
Pick one.
Well, I cooked the spaghetti. I guess it came out pretty good.
Oh, it's very good. The meal was excellent. The meal was
Thank you.
excellent. Thank you. It was excellent.
So that's something.
You want to do that
You
one?
did a great
What
job.
one? I'll do I've got to do all creatures of our God and king. That's our theme. I'll do it. I'm sorry, you sure?
That's okay. No problem.
All creatures of our God and king, lift up your hearts and let us sing. Just be kind, stop the cruel. All thou cows, leave them alone. The horses, hens, and turkeys too. Save the fish, just be kind. One with God, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely
It
beautiful.
is so true, isn't it?
Is it true?
Just
Good.
leave the animals alone.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Leave them be.
Let them be. If only that would happen.
What is that one, sweetie?
That was, I don't know what that was.
What's it
Peace
say?
on Earth. What did you peace on
Oh,
Earth?
yeah. Let's do the Thanksgiving one first.
Okay.
Something. Come ye thankful, is that one? Come ye thankful
Yeah.
people, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One for Gregory Charles
Yes.
Washburn,
Yes.
one for, let's tell everybody our names. Start with you, Gregory.
My name is Gregory Washburn from Poughkeepsie right now.
My name is Margaret Ann Paskowski, and I live in Gilderland.
Say it again, honey.
Margaret Ann Paskowski.
And I'm Claudia Cunningham, and I live in Glenmont.
Glenmont and Margaret Ann Paskowski, where do you live?
Gilderland.
Gilderland. And I live in a box. Box 532, Scarsdale, New York. Okay. Come, ye thankful people, come. Raise a song of harvest from all who safely gathered in, ere the winter storms begin. God our Maker doth provide, for our wants to be supplied. Come to God's own temple, come. Raise a song of harvest from.
Very good.
We're not so bad, are we?
No, it's a beautiful
Not
song.
as bad as usual.
It's a beautiful song.
It is.
Yes, it is.
They're both
Now,
good.
could you all put that together in the same pile, folks?
She's good at that. Claudia's good at that.
Do that. Can't do much else.
Claudia, were you a teacher?
No. I was a lousy student. Is that it? No, at one point, when I was really, in school, I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher.
Oh,
You would
yeah.
have been good at that.
Yes,
She
because
would have
I'm a
been very
kid.
good, very
I'm a
good.
young kid at heart.
She would have been very, very good at that.
Yes. Yep. I always loved animals, so instead of working with children, I prefer animals, as I found out. That's my calling.
Yeah, she feeds the squirrels. She buys donuts. She feeds the squirrels donuts. She buys boxes and boxes of donuts.
Yeah.
She feeds the squirrels and the birds
Yeah,
and the rabbits, the bunnies.
Every
That's what we
day,
do.
they're my
She's got
friends.
this- oh.
They come
Bless
every
your
morning.
heart. Where do you feed them, honey?
Right in the front yard. I get a big bag of fruits and nuts
And she also
Seeds.
gets
You do,
seeds.
aren't you wonderful?
And she
Well,
also buys
they're wonderful.
bone donuts, and she buys the whole boxes of breads, all
Yes.
kinds of bread. She feeds them.
yes, yeah.
She's very good to them.
You're all right, honey. You're going
Very
to be
good.
okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I told you this when my mother passed away 4 years ago. She used to like hummingbirds. That was her. All birds, but I mean, the hummingbird was her favorite. And we had him in the backyard for many, many years, and then we just didn't see him anymore. I don't know what happened to him. But about 4 months after she died, I was in the bathroom. I was combing my hair, and I have a little window in the bathroom, and I just happened to look, and there was a beautiful hummingbird, and he was looking at me, and he stayed there for like a minute and a half, and he was like, "Are you getting the picture here?" It was like a gift.
And I think it was a gift.
It was something.
No doubt in my mind.
Because I never saw him do that.
No.
And he just stayed and stayed and stayed. I said, "Okay, I got it."
Oh, I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
Is this one, Let There Be Peace on Earth?
That's
Okay.
a pretty one. I like
Yes.
that song.
Are we all going to sing this?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
We all want
How's
to
your
sing.
spaghetti that you made taste to you? With
Excellent.
meatballs.
It was
Yes,
excellent.
it was excellent.
Everything was good. I loved everything.
It was very nice of you.
What the?
The food was
Oh,
good.
I didn't start cooking till 4 o'clock.
It was very good. The vegetables were
Perfect
delicious.
time.
Everything was
Yeah.
good.
I guess we ought to tell the TV audience what we had.
Well, we had a lot of wonderful meatless meat. We had the chicken. Was that real chicken? Did you say, was that organic or was that veggie?
It's vegetarian,
Yes.
and it would be vegan, if they would stop using eggs. There's a dozen egg replacers, and there's no problem to hold things together with an egg replacer. But they insist upon using eggs, otherwise it would be vegan. And it's what it is, folks. It's dry chick. It's made by Worthington Foods. It's a breaded chicken breast. Vegetarian.
That's fine.
We had nice meatballs, spaghetti, meatless meatballs, but
Very good. And then the
Couldn't
pork
tell.
things were delicious.
yes.
And George Paul Newman sauce.
Oh,
Yes.
that was good. You can't beat that, Paul.
I know.
Beans
And
beans
But
and
a
broccoli.
man
Yeah, that
said-
was good. The beans and broccoli were excellent. Everything was good
Yes.
though, but I'm a big veggie eater.
yes.
And the seasoning was good.
A man said, I used to have trouble memorizing people's names until I took that Sam Carnegie course.
It's cute.
Okay, a 1, a 2, a 3.
Let there be peace on earth.
and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. With, and what's the next words?
To take each moment and live
Each moment in,
and live
And peace and
in,
peace eternally.
and live in what?
in peace eternally.
And live in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
That was beautiful.
Good.
Beautiful.
If only people would live by that, you know?
Yeah, we need some peace in this earth.
Well,
I'm telling
that's true. And you know how you have to look at it? Just make sure I live by it.
you. Yes.
Yes.
That's all.
Just
Yep.
make sure yourself
It
lives
all
by it.
begins with you. Everything
Yep.
begins with one person.
Right.
This is what it said.
Yes. And if you're nice to one person during the day, then it puts them in a great mood, and then they're nice to another person,
They-
and
that's
it's like a
ex-
ripple effect.
You got it.
Right?
You
Yep.
got it.
Yay. I learned the lesson.
Yay!
Yay.
Are you ready with your reading,
No, I haven't
Margaret
picked
Ann?
anything yet, but I think I will. I was thinking about picking the least you need to know
Okay.
about the chapter. This
Okay.
is the least you need to know about seeking supplements. It's a good idea to take vitamin B12 supplement on at least a weekly basis. In addition to the nutrients naturally present in fruits and vegetables, many packaged food items are also fortified with additional vitamins and minerals. Get as many nutrients as possible directly from their food source, primarily, and use supplementation only as a backup, which is a good idea.
That's very smart,
Yep.
very wise.
Iron and zinc are 3 very important dietary minerals, so watch your levels to be sure you're getting the right amount. Finding good sources of vegan supplements isn't difficult, but it requires a little thought and research beforehand. The web can be a big help.
Sure, yeah.
Very nice.
Now, what kind do you use? What kind of an egg substitute?
Well, there's several of them. I use Egg Replacer. Egg Replacer is a commercial product. You buy it in the food store, in the health food store. And what it simply is arrowroot and tapioca root. And it holds your things together.
Okay.
Well, tapioca wood, you can see where
Yeah,
that would
sure.
And it's unusual. Let's see, it's a half a teaspoon of Egg Replacer and 2 1/4 teaspoons of water. So what I do, I make one egg in a cup, and then I'll make another egg, a half a teaspoon of the Egg Replacer. It must be a teaspoon, and 2 1/2 of water. It must be a teaspoon.
Okay.
That sounds nice.
And you can buy it in any health food store.
Interesting.
And then bananas will do it, and potato will do it.
Oh, wow.
They will all hold the things together
Interesting. Interesting.
Do you ever go to the Honest Weight Health?
a lot.
Yeah, I go there quite a bit.
I'm very sorry that Honest Weight went carnivore.
Yeah,
There
it
was
did.
no need of your doing that. You're supposed to be a health food store, and meat is not healthy.
They have
I'm
though.
very sorry you did that, honestly.
Is that
Does
recently?
World Foods,
It's been a year.
Oh,
do they stay away from meat, World Foods?
That, I've never been there. Where's that?
Do you know where it is, Greg? In one of the shopping
yeah.
malls?
What's the name of it? Or
oh,
World Foods,
you mean
they're a
like
chain.
yeah. You mean Whole Foods?
you mean
right?
Whole Foods or?
That's in Colony Center.
Yeah,
that's where Sears used to be.
carnivore too.
That's
No,
where
it is.
Yeah, something.
Boo!
I've seen turkey.
Ooh, ugly.
I never
Yes.
heard of
Yeah.
honest.
Are you ready with your contribution now?
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a recipe book, which I know a little about. But I will read to you how to make chimichurri. Okay. It's a traditional South and Central American sauce used to marinate meat. Or meat replacement. I prefer it on top of baked tofu or pan-fried
There you
tempeh.
are.
Right. Over a bed of lettuce for a spicy, refreshing salad.
Oh,
Boy.
Now the ingredients are 1 large bunch fresh Italian parsley,
Oh, boy.
a 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
It is good. 1/2 cup olive oil, 1/2 cup white wine vinegar, two garlic cloves, like that, and 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes, 1/2 teaspoon ground cumin.
No wonder it's good.
Yes,
Yeah, it's spicy.
and finally, but not last, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt.
Sea salt?
Sea salt. To process all the ingredients in a food processor until a thick sauce is created, leaving some texture. Add a little salt and pepper to taste.
Ah,
And you have a healthy sauce. for
boy,
your
that
salad.
sounds good.
it does
yeah.
sound good. I love spice in my food, no matter what it is. I don't like bland foods.
Yep,
Yep.
chimichurri,
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Very good. Very, very
Central
good.
American.
Did you pick out your powerful vegan message? Now, the mission of the Glendora Vegetarian Club is to get people to eat healthy, and that means no animal products, and that means vegan. That's the difference between vegan and vegetarian. Vegetarians eat dairy. Now, let's go around the table and see if we can think. I've heard of one thing you do to help animals. Let's go around the table. You want to tell us another one you do to help animals besides a hummingbird and singing to him?
Well, one time, about 3 years ago, I was in my home and I heard, I had seen a stray cat, a feral cat. And he would come in the driveway and I always tried to get close to him so I could feed him. And he would come up to the bottom of the stairs and I'd, try to call him over and he'd go. So I thought, well, I'm just going to put the food out for him. So I did. And I'd look a couple hours later and he was gone. And one day I heard...
Did he eat the food?
Yes. And then I heard this horrific, it was like a scream. And I said, oh my word, what happened? It's a cat. And I looked out in the driveway and an animal had attacked him. He was laying prostrate. I mean, he wouldn't care if I picked him up or anything. I mean, the poor thing was just awful. So my mother's physical therapist was there that day. She was a big cat lover. So the two of us, Maureen picked the cat up and I drove over to the Del Mar hospital.
Good for you.
Yes, and Kitty had such a terrible, severe injury. They had to amputate his back leg. So I said, do what you gotta do, and let's get him adopted. Whatever you gotta do, let's, just whatever you have to do. So they did, they amputated the poor little thing, and they said, well, he needs a name. I said, let's call him Stormy, because he's had a stormy life. Stormy. So the lady that took care of him, the technician, fell in love with him at the vet's. So she called me up. She goes, this is 3 months later, right? And
Really?
And he's walking around and doesn't even know he doesn't have another leg.
Oh,
right?
really?
Really?
And he started to be tame, and he loved when an animal would come in, an injured animal, he would actually go and sit in front of their cage, like to comfort them. They told me that.
Oh.
Yes.
So he was adopted by the,
Yes.
And he was feral.
Yes.
He started out feral.
Yep, he had a rotten life, and they said he had a fractured hip, like somebody had thrown him out of a car or something. He had his little paws were all infected. He had bugs all. He was awful. But this woman adopted a cat. I get a picture every Christmas. Wait till you see. He is beautiful. He lives in Del Mar in a beautiful, looks like a mansion. He's got a brother, another cat named Henry, and a little black dog who watches over the two cats. She said they play so nicely. She said you wouldn't even know this cat.
What's her name, that wonderful woman?
Maureen, it's
You're wonderful, Maureen.
Casey,
What you did.
Maureen Casey.
Yeah,
She
Casey?
lives- Yeah, she lives on Winnie Road in Del Mar, beautiful home. And she sent me a picture of the cats from the back, and she had these big French doors, and they were all looking out. You could see them kind of wagging their little tails.
Cute.
So,
Have-
yeah,
Yeah, that's a grand
Right,
story. You
that
cheered
is.
me up.
well, it was a happy ending.
It was. I
Now,
couldn't
how
out-
about you?
I couldn't outdo that. I'm going to pass. I just have normal dogs and cats, that kind of
Yes,
thing. Mine are
yes.
just
You've
normal.
had pets
Oh
in
yeah,
your
lots
life.
of them. I've loved my pets.
Sure. Yeah, but Margaret Ann is so busy, and so am I. I wanted to adopt a dog, and it just isn't within our.
No.
You know,
I
go,
work
go,
all
go.
day and I'm in so many different volunteer organizations. I really am. Like I had 3 different things to do tonight.
Do you?
But I naturally came to Glendora.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 other meetings I was supposed to go to.
That's okay. This is
I know.
more fun.
This is. Definitely. more.
Gregory, what about you? Had a lovely cat that your mother loved. That cat meant so much to your mother.
Oh yeah, we had a way back, and I think it was I was at the house, and my mother had taken a trip to a bus trip to the West Coast or Texas or someplace, and she was away, and she went away. And then when I was at the house during the middle of the night, I heard a kind of like a whining or a crying outside my window, and lo and behold, and I didn't know what that was, but I figured, it was like a raccoon or something like that. I don't know, but it come to find out it was a little baby kitten that somebody had a little kitten that they must have just pulled up and dropped it
Yeah,
off.
wasn't that
People
awful?
are so
People do
bad.
that all the
Did
time.
that.
Terrible.
And somehow it got to a kind of a little tiny thing like this, and it crawled up to my window, and it was outside hiding underneath the leaves or whatever it was, kind of just scared and crying and all that. And I figured okay, well, I figured I would just try to ignore it, and it would go away, but it didn't go away. But then somehow I got around the house to the back of the house. It was back underneath our back porch. It was underneath the back porch, and it was there. You just couldn't help but hear it going like wah, wah, wah. It was like a crying baby or something.
Yeah.
And so I went out, and I think I was at the house, and maybe my brother was away. I was at the house, and my mother was away. I know that, and so I got a cardboard box, and I went to go find out what it was and see it. It was like a little kitty. It had a little black and white kitty. It was all black and had a little bit of white on it there. And it was I don't know if it had drank something bad, or his mouth was all dirty and all that, like it didn't have any water or food and all that. So I went and I took it, and I got a box, got a cardboard box, and I put it in a cardboard box, and I put it in the house, in the kitchen, and and the cat, it looked like it was just so weak, like it was out of energy or sick or something, and his mouth was dirty, and I tried to somehow give him some water, or squirt some water in his mouth to rinse his mouth out, because maybe sometimes they I mean, there was like chemicals around our house, and maybe it got some the automotive chemicals or something.
Yeah.
And that's bad. And then, so I did that, and I gave it a little bit of water, and some dirt came out of his mouth, and then I got somehow I got some food and got some food together and to give it something. And I didn't know where to put it because we weren't really like we weren't like a cat house. We weren't cats in there. But we, so I had it in a box, and I fed it, and I gave it some water, and then it lived a couple days. I got through a couple days and got a little bit better and more, and kind of got a little bit more active. And then the cat knew me. When if I was like laying on the floor watching TV, the cat would come up and kind of crawl on my back, and it would lay on my back when I was on the floor. So then my mother came back from vacation, and I thought that she would not like it. I thought she'd be against the cat and all that. She was always very opinionated, but anyways, sooner or later it became like a part of our house, and then the cat stayed
how
there.
nice.
And then the cat stayed there, and we had it for at least I think the cat died about a year and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And of old age, and
Isn't that nice?
she lived in the house for years, and we took care of it. And we did that. And, so anyway, it was a part of our house.
That reminds me. One other thing. Just another story. When I lived in Delmar, I came home from work one day and there was this little black kitten right on my steps crying his heart out. Little baby, like that. And I tried to get in the house and he ran in. And I sat on the couch and he wouldn't leave me alone. He was so affectionate. So I gave him a little bit of milk and then I called my vet because I knew they adopted some animals out. Dr. Wolf up in Latham. And they said, well, bring him up and we'll see what we can do. And within 2 days, one of the customers adopted him. I named him Midnight. They have to name him or they don't take, because it was jet black.
Oh, that was
And the lady adopted him, and so. But you have to do that when you see a stray, you know.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Your turn, honey.
Excuse me.
I'm going to read that.
Yeah, I think the kitten that we got, it had a when the cat would put his paws down, his front paws they were kind of kinked out, splayed out a little bit, and I think it was some type of like a birth defect for the cat, and maybe that's the reason why the person who had it, got rid of it or something, but we. And she had like one clogged tear duct and all that, which was the doctor said it was okay, and she'll be okay, but she had a problem with her feet. They weren't broken or sprained. They were just more in that way. That's the way it was. And she would walk and she would go like this.
Should have been somebody could have
And,
used her.
Yeah.
But if something happened there, the cat could take off. And it could be like.
Well, the cat had a good home, obviously.
Right. I love it when .com sits and she puts her two little front hands and then she puts her back foot right between them. Here's one foot, here's one foot, and two hands. And invariably she sits that way.
That is so
every
cute.
time.
Isn't that funny? They have their way of sitting.
They
Different characteristics,
Sure.
just like people.
Yes.
Sure.
Just like people
Just
are
like
different.
I read a message out of the book, so.
Well, we're all doing our best,
Yeah.
right?
That's all we can do.
For the babies.
And you're doing a very good thing here, putting this before the public.
Twice.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'll go over a little passage in the book here.
Okay.
The
What's that, honey?
vegan message.
Oh, while he's doing that, I believe in this Tom's too.
Me too, that's all I use.
Yeah, did you read about his,
I use it too.
what does he call it? Well, anyway,
It's good toothpaste.
So I assume.
his stewardship.
Stewardship.
When God says, you have domain over the animals, that doesn't mean you rule over them.
No,
That means
no.
you have stewardship to take care of them.
Right.
And
They're
can
part
you
of
read
it.
that?
Not too well. Can you
I
see
think
that?
that's
too
Margaret?
low?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Ah,
thought we
good
could
old
even-
Margaret Ann.
Okay, let's see what we got here. We believe what's inside matters. Our stewardship model guides every decision we make,
Hear that.
ensuring that our ingredients, processing, and packaging meet our vigorous standards for being natural, substantiable,
Isn't that great?
and
That is great.
recommendable.
Isn't that great, Margaret Ann?
Yes,
Now, that's
to
Tom's
learn more-
toothpaste and Tom's soap.
Right. To learn more about our stewardship model and what nature means, at Tom's of Maine, visit, and it gives you the website. And it shows here a picture of all the employees at this particular company in Maine. They do volunteer day at Cape Elizabeth, Maine. That's
Nice.
required of their employees. Now, isn't that nice? They
Isn't
all
that sweet?
volunteer. They all volunteer to
I
do.
get it at Price Chopper. It's easy enough to find. Do you know where?
It's everywhere now.
Yeah,
It's
is.
anywhere now?
I buy it.
Yeah,
Actually, my
Hannaford.
doctor, when I have,
Hannaford? Yeah.
when I delivered my daughter, recommended it.
It
It
has
has
no
ever since.
fluoride. Some of their toothpaste does have fluoride free. Always get that.
Oh, yeah.
That makes your bones brittle. Fluoride.
It does?
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does, and it doesn't do anything to help your teeth.
It doesn't. Just, huh.
Well, you know, there were tests years ago talking about that. Albany does not have fluoride in their water system, and it never did. And years ago, they fought it. They wanted to put it in when everybody else was putting it in. But actually, they had all these research scientists that had come up with the idea in those days that that was exactly true, that fluoride was not good for you. And to this day, they don't have it. Like, I live in Glendora, I don't have fluoride in my water either because it's the Albany water supply.
They wanted to force
Chemicals.
Tell the folks what that is, honey. This is our, what was that?
Loma
Was that our deep
tender
fries?
bits.
Tender bits
Yeah, Tender Bits Vegan,
by Laura.
Loma Linda.
Loma Linda.
Very
Tender
good.
Bits Vegan, and I deep fry them. You don't need any egg batter. They come in their own water, and you just keep them wet and put them in your breadcrumbs and deep fry them. And
Delicious.
serve them with tartar sauce. And this tartar sauce is made out of vegan maize and sweet relish.
Oh, it's very good.
Oh, it is. See, there are ways to get around using animal
everything.
products if you just
It's like
take the time.
everything.
Looks like Gregory's picked out a good one.
Oh, well,
And here's
there's
the
a little
fried
bit.
chicken
So
ones.
the,
The chicken breast. These are the
there's a
chicken
lot of different
breasts,
things
breaded
in here,
chicken
but-
breast.
Loma Linda chicken.
But I'll read a short passage out of the book here. The Step of Veganism by Jay and Ann Dinshaw. Stepping into veganism is a simultaneous three-part process. One part is learning about the gastronomical pleasures available in the plant kingdom so they can be integrated into daily meals, and finding new sources of clothing, toiletries, and household items. The second part is discontinuing use of all animal products. The first two parts are discussed in this chapter. The third part is utilizing a ahimsa.
Ahimsa. That's harmlessness. Live harmlessly. Don't harm anybody.
Interesting.
Ahimsa.
Interesting. Nice word.
I love it.
Never
Harmless.
heard it before.
Suggestions occur throughout the book here. That's,
Oh, interesting.
it's just a
And that book
paragraph
is,
out
the name of it
What's
is
the name of
Powerful Vegan Messages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
Very
you
good.
show it to the camera, huh?
Yeah.
Very good book.
Did you
Yeah,
show it to
powerful
Claudia?
vegan messages.
Let's see. Okay, powerful vegan messages. Yes.
Okay, honey.
Claudia
And
reads
this
all
one
those.
is.
She's a reader.
I'm a reader. This is Eat Vegan
By Mary Lawrence.
Mary Lawrence. Good stuff.
And mine is Vegan Living by Beverly Lynn Bennett and Ray Samatino.
Oh,
Very nice book.
yeah.
Okay.
And it shows them at a farmer's market purchasing these beautiful products for their vegan living.
Okay. We've got some good books there.
Yeah.
Great. No wonder everything is so good.
Well, now, I wonder if Claudia would read to us our articles that were published articles in the Advertiser, a local newspaper.
Well, I would love to, but it's all blurry. So my friend Margaret Ann left my
Well,
glasses
thank Margaret.
in my
Ann,
pocketbook.
Oh, thank you for coming, Margaret.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right.
Okay, this is from the March 22nd, 2018, excuse me. This is very current. Why, in Glendora's Vegetarian Club, why did they invent the upside-down lighthouse? Answer, for submarines. St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Valencia offers a free community supper every Tuesday throughout January, February, and March. The March 20th meal features vegetarian lasagna and was enjoyed by 80 people. The flavor was just as good as the meat variety. You really can't tell our vegetarian meals from those that contain animal products.
You really can't.
No, vegetarian meals are easy to make and tasty, and the sweet animals are not agonized and killed.
Good.
And it's got Glendora and a beautiful picture of our friend Glendora with a different hat on and a different suit on. She's all spiffy in this one. She's dressed up in this one. And it says Glendora and it gives her telephone number.
Good.
And it shows the picture of the advertiser with a hop to it, with a bunny on the side and an Easter bunny picture on the side. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice?
And then the February 1st, 2018. It's again got a different picture of Glendora. She's in a beautiful red outfit with a gorgeous red hat. And it's got Glendora's Vegetarian Club. Why did the young man take 19 friends to the movies? The outside said 18 and under not admitted. You missed a delectable vegetarian roast with mashed potatoes, green beans, and gravy the last Wednesday of January at 6 p.m. Be sure to join us at the last Wednesday of February for grilled cheese, vegan, and hot vegetable soup. Bring a potluck, but no animal products, please. Last week, we sent money to Ironwood Pig Rescue, SPCA, International SPCA, North American Vegetarian Society, Go Vegan and me, Mercy for Animals, Christian Vegetarian Society, Jewish Vegetarian Society, Compassion Over Killing Animals, Animal Friends.
Wow.
We gave $100 to homeless people, and we have another $235 to give to the homeless when we encounter them. And again, it's got Glendora and her telephone number.
That's a nice article,
Yes.
isn't it?
The next one is February 22nd, 2018. Again, there's a picture of Glendora in a different outfit. This lady is very spiffy and stylish. Glendora Vegetarian Club. Marilyn said, "My boyfriend and I have a strange and wonderful relationship. He's strange and I'm wonderful."
I like that.
I do too. The Glendora founded the Glendora Vegetarian Club 5 years ago this month. We are on our 67th meeting on February 28th, 2018, the last Wednesday of the month. Here are the statistics. You've got $22,039, 935 hours, 751 pages.
Read the dollars again, honey.
Yeah, $22,039. Wow.
Very nice.
Yes, and you've got 935 scrumptious hours, 935 hours, and 751 pages. And it says, join us for a scrumptious toasted ham, vegetarian, and cheese vegan sandwiches. We are meeting at the Round Church of the Covenant at 6 p.m. It is a round church, meaning the devil cannot corner you. Isn't that, you remember that, the devil can never corner you in a round church. That's why there are still a few left. And it's on Route 43 Averill Park. And again, Glendora gives her home number if you want any information. And the next one is from our town, March 2018. It says, Glendora's Jokes and Vegetarian Club. Barbara says, my boyfriend and I have a strange and wonderful relationship. He's strange and I'm wonderful. A man said the only thing he and his wife had in common was they were married on the same day. Isn't that sad, people? Why are Bob and Joan the perfect couple? He's a hypochondriac and she's a pill. I like that. The obituary read, the family requests that all donations be sent to Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Join us March 28th for Amy's Delectable Pot Pies, 6 p.m. at the Church of the Covenant, Route 43, Averill Park. The Glendora Vegetarian Club is entering year 6. It's got $22,039. That's a lot of money. 936 hours, 751 pages of log. That's important. The next one is from The Adventurer. It's March 1st, 2018. Again, Glendora's in here with another spiffy outfit. Glendora Vegetarian Club. A man walked into a restaurant and said, "Is the chef in?" The waitress said, "No, he went out to eat." In July, the North American Vegetarian Society is having a Veggie Fest for 5 days at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown, Pennsylvania at the Conference Center. Glendora Vegetarian Club meets the last Wednesday of every month, and we're starting number 6. Again, I'm going to give her telephone number this time. Area code 518-610-5810.
You're a good operator.
Yes.
The next one is from the Advertiser on March 8th, 2018. Oh my goodness, the patriotic Glendora. She's in a totally different outfit. She's standing behind a flag. Glendora Vegetarian Club. Is your husband active in church? Yes, he wiggles, fidgets, and squirms. Glendora has received an overpowering supernatural impulse. Stop sending money to the animal organizations. Instead, use the money to disseminate the following message. When you go to the supermarket, steer away from the counter of bloody, chopped up animals. Go to the frozen aisles and load up your cart with veggie meats, hamburger, pork, beef, turkey, chicken, meatballs, barley, and salami by Morningstar Farms.
Yes.
They are totally meat-free. Glendora recommends this, and her telephone number is area code 518-610-5810. Again, Glendora is dressed differently again. It's the Vegetarian Club. It's March 15th, 2018. She's a very stylish lady, Glendora. Beautiful hat she has. The vegetarian. Why did the inventor cross a microwave oven with a TV set? So he could watch 60 minutes in 1/4 of an hour. Yeah. When you go to the supermarket, walk away from the bloody meat counter of chopped up animals forced into brutal captivity all their lives. Instead, hasten to the frozen food doors and load up your wagon with Morningstar Farms, Garden Amy's, Boca, veggie meat, hamburger, pork, chicken, turkey, sweet and sour, fishless fillets, meatless meatballs, Popeyes, pizza, all vegan. It is that easy and quick to cease your participation of animal horror. Again, Glendora's number is 518-610-5810. Now we're going to January 4th, 2018. Again, a beautiful picture of Glendora. Different outfit again. Did you hear about the minister who was so religious that even his contact lenses were stained glass? Would you please make a New Year's resolution not to put down any of your money for animal products? We have to stop the terror, the horror, the agony, and the filthy living conditions, the cruelty of the electric prods of transportation, and the atrocious deaths of all these lovable animals you want. All they want is your kindness and friendship, just like a dog and a cat. Again, Glendora.
They do.
That's all they want, and these are just beautiful articles. They've all been added to the log, and now we have over 915 pages of logs just from this organization, thanks to our Glendora.
Margaret Ann, what a great job you did. You did a great job.
Joy.
Well, you did great articles. They're
Yes.
beautiful, Glendora. They're all because of you. You started this organization. You have so many wonderful people in it. And she's always looking for new members, so just give her a call and chat with her, even if you don't live around here.
That's right.
Yeah, right. She can chat with you
That's
for
right.
a long time.
That's right.
And you have to give the advertiser credit for printing those. These are, after all, controversial.
Yes, they are.
Well, the
They
meat
have
industry doesn't
They
like
have
you.
grocery store
yes,
advertisers,
and a
and
lot
they
of-
have meat
yeah.
farms that are butchering animals.
Yeah.
It's
And,
all about
Right.
the money, 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 money.
It is,
They
it
don't
is, it
care
is,
what
it is,
think
it is.
about the animals.
It is. So yeah, I give the advertiser a tremendous amount of credit. Do you have something to say,
So-
Greg?
Oh yeah, here's this is the expenses, the expense sheets of the Glendora Vegetarian Club expenses. It's got all the dates and the amount that we donated and the grand total that we donated and a description of what it was for. And most recently, as of today, it's up to $23,349.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really.
And we just recently, Glendora is paying for she's paying for airtime, and she's gonna buy airtime on WRGB and try to go on and do a commercial.
Oh,
She wants to do
good,
that.
good.
And that's on here, and then there's money orders. We have money orders that we donate to the Farm Sanctuary and Best Friends.
How nice. How
and,
wonderful.
the Seventh Day Adventist Church. And,
They're vegetarian, by the way.
and a postage.
Seventh-day
A
Adventist
lot
Church.
of postage. Any expenses that are for the animals towards that, they go in the vegetarian club here. And we have 968 hours. It's up to right now. I guess that's time spent on it, and 755 pages.
755 pages. Folks, you have a pen and paper?
I don't have
April?
my bag.
No,
April 16 to April 20.
I have lots of index
I'll wait
cards.
for you, honey.
Here's a
April
piece of
16 to
paper.
I have
April
index
20.
cards. I have index cards right there, and I have pens.
No.
I got one right here. Does everybody want one?
Yes,
What
thank you.
date is it?
No, I'm all right. Just the two of you, April 16 to April 20. I thought I had one.
I'll write you one. What?
April 16 to April 20, Channel 6, WRGB, Monday through Friday, 30-second spot every day.
Okay, so April 16th to 20th,
Yeah.
WRGB, Channel 6,
Uh-huh,
and it's Monday through Friday.
yeah.
You might get a lot of new members.
Might.
You might.
And I'll do the commercial for you. Good. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2. Hi, folks. You've heard of the TV show 60 Minutes? Well, the name of this show is 30 Seconds. The next time you go to the grocery store, would you please pass by the meat counter and go to the frozen food cases and load up your grocery cart with veggie meats, hamburger, chicken, turkey, ham, 89 years old, no doctors, no medicine, and vegan, and my cat is vegan too.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, darling.
Leave me one toe?
Is there anything anybody else would like to say? I'm getting a little chilly.
Yes.
I had a wonderful time. I want to
too.
thank Glendora and I want to thank Gregory here, her
too.
dear friend.
Oh, thanks.
I had an absolutely wonderful time. The food was fabulous. And I have to say, you're introducing me to the vegetarian type diet and the vegan diet because I am a meat eater. I admit to that. But I'm a good person.
I'm like you anyway.
I try. Yeah, you can like me anyway. You know, I'm one of those people. But Glendora would love to hear from you. So if you would like to call her, I did give you the number. I'm going to give it to you again. So that you. Where'd that go?
Where is it?
Oh, I know. the
518
Okay.
610 5810.
Call Glendora. She'd love to chat with you and introduce you to the vegan and the vegetarian diet.
You live a lot longer.
You live a lot longer. and you-
89 years old.
And you'd get to meet a lovely lady, and she'll probably tell you something about her long, very, very wonderful history. She's had changed her different facets of her life. She has a very interesting life.
These two little girls used to watch the SS Glendora.
Yes, we loved it. It was actually on Channel 6. It was actually, the spaceship was called Channel 6
Yes.
that she had. So that it was an amazing comment. So the commercials being on Channel 6 are going to be really nice.
Yeah, that's
But it
a, that's
but
a
it had
come home.
It had a great impact on our lives because actually in our generation, girls really didn't get involved in science. But Glendora made science come alive because she actually was a space captain.
Yes,
And
she
she
was.
actually was operating a spaceship, which was unheard of girls in that day. So she was introducing somebody long before it happened. You know, long before anything like that you could ever imagine anything like it.
And showing you that girls could grow up and be a captain of a spaceship.
Yes.
Or vegetarian, vegan. That's even better.
Well, okay, folks,
Thank you.
we enjoyed our visit with you. Call us if we can help. And I want to thank again, say your name.
Margaret Ann
Claudia.
Claudia Cunningham and Margaret Ann.
Paskowski.
There we are.
That's a mouthful.
And my friend and helper.
And I'm Greg Washburn.
Yes.
Yep.
Grace and peace be unto you. Amen.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
It was great.
All right.
And this is for you, just in case. You might want to give
Well,
most of
thank
it.
you for that.
And you want some index cards?
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of them. Let me give you these. You want you that they
The Glendora Vegetarian Club for March 29th, the advertiser. Have you heard of the TV show 60 Minutes? Glendora has a TV show called 30 Seconds. Computers are in the Bible. Eve said to Adam, "Do you want an apple too?" The next time you go to the supermarket, will you please bypass the bloody meat counter where the poor animals have been clubbed, beaten, and kicked after living in filth and captivity all their lives? Instead, go to the frozen food cases and fill your grocery cart with veggie hamburgers, chicken, turkey, bacon, meatballs, fish, sausages, lasagna, chili, ham, buffalo wings, and cold cuts. The flavor is superb, but you'll never know the difference. Glendora has no doctors, takes no medication, and is vegan. Her 14-year-old cat.com is also vegan. And then there's your number, your name, Glendora, with your phone number, 518-610-5810.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, advertiser. Thank you, Gregory.